Welcome to this recap as Concacaf action continued, and we go to San Cristobal, where the Dominican Republic would face El Salvador, and it would be La Selecta taking the lead as Osael Romero would make it 1-0 from the penalty spot. One of the more important matches, many call it probably the most important match in Dominican football history, as the Dominicans would face a former World Cup team in El Salvador. Jonathan Fania here making it 1-1 with the pass to Eric Ozuna. And things look rather good as the Dominicans needed to have a win in order to stay alive, in order to advance to the next group. Fania passing to his national team teammate Ozuna, as the man from Puerto Rico Islanders making his presence felt. But it wouldn't be until the 67th minute, this cross into space, over to Mark Blanco, who finishes and gives El Salvador what looked like at that moment an improbable win, as the Dominicans were the ones that were attacking more and getting more opportunities. El Salvador taking advantage of the mistake and coming away on the road with 3 vital points. And now you see the standings in Group A. El Salvador easily advancing, while Guyana in first place with 10 points.
Integrated Sports and Traffic Sports USA present CONCACAF World Cup qualifying action. Suriname hosts El Salvador live on Friday, November 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern. This is a critical game on the road to Brazil 2014. Don't miss Suriname battle El Salvador Friday, November 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern, live on pay-per-view. To order this CONCACAF World Cup qualifier, contact your pay-per-view provider.
And we go to Dominica, where Panama, the Red Tide, under the leadership of Julio Cesar Deli Valdez, would continue their winning ways, just rolling past Dominica 5-0. Here the first goal, we see a great finish by none other than Amir White. And he makes it 1-0 for Los Canaleros. They would continue rolling, as in the 34th minute, ball comes to Luis Tejada, wide open far post. And he does what he has done throughout his career, put it in the back of the net, as Panama would double their lead in a span of 8 minutes. And at that point, pretty much everything was set, playing at Windsor Park in Rousseau, and 3-0 just like that. 57th minute, Blas Perez scoring yet again, getting closer, as Tejada would be much closer to being the all-time leading scorer in Panamanian football history. Well, Blas Perez not far behind. 62nd, Ricardo Buitrago, and the goalkeeper would not want to miss the team bus, because they would try and get out as soon as possible, and probably without him, especially after that strike. Bounces right in front of him, misplayed. 4-0 for Panama, but there was still time for one more. 89th minute, the ball would end up at the feet of Amir White. He'd get past one. Nice little give and go between him and Blas Perez would close out the scoring. 5-0 as Panama would roll. See it one more time. Panama just outclassing and outstyling their opponents. Panama would continue. This time they would face Nicaragua at home at the Romel Fernandez. A win for them would qualify them to the next round. It would take a little while, but as soon as that happened, the floodgates would open. Luis Tejada, 27th minute. This was after he missed a penalty kick. Made it 1-0. And off the throw-in, well, Blas Perez. Man from Indios Juarez in the Mexican second division, making it 2-0. It was pretty much a corner, if you look at it that way. Tremendous throw-in and a tremendous header by Blas Perez. Again, Luis Tejada later on would find man open, and that man would find Blas Perez. Second goal of the season, actually of the match, should I say. 3 goals in 2 matches for the former Cúcuta Deportivo man. And it would continue. Panama would continue rolling. This time, Luis Tejada. He's like, well, Blas, you got the brace. I can't stay too far behind. His 32nd goal with the Panamanian national team. 4-0 for Panama. And it was, by that time, their ticket was already punched. They were just pretty much in the lobby waiting for the plane to arrive. Panama would continue, and another pass into space. He's like, hey, I'm here, I'm open, I gotta take advantage. Blas Perez with a hat trick. 5-0 Panama. Nicaragua would not surrender. Pass into space, and Daniel Reyes would finish. He would score the goal of honor, but way too little, way too late for Nicaragua, as Los Pinoleros would go down, and go down big, 5-1 in Panama City.
Integrated Sports and Traffic Sports USA presents Concacaf World Cup qualifying action as Antigua and Barbuda host Haiti live Friday, November 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern. A win by Antigua and Barbuda sends the Wadadli boys to a first ever berth in the 3rd round and ends Haiti's World Cup dream. Don't miss this important World Cup qualifier, Antigua and Barbuda against Haiti Friday, November 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern, live on pay-per-view. To order Antigua and Barbuda versus Haiti, contact your pay-per-view provider.
You see the standings in Group C, 3-team league. And it was Panama that pretty much ran away with this one and clinched a spot into the next round. Group D has Canada in first place with St. Kitts and Nevis second place. We go to Kingstown in St. Vincent as Guatemala would come in and do what they had to do over at near the Players Pavilion at the Arnos Vale Stadium. And it would be right there, the opportunity getting started, as Mario Rodriguez would score his first goal. The blonde bullet going right through there, as the cross into space would go over everybody. When I meant space, meant that open space on the other side of the box. Guatemala would recover, and the ball will get smacked into the back of the net. Mario Rodriguez with his brace. Remember, Arnos Vale pretty much is a cricket stadium, and you see the bounces. You see how that ball takes off, especially after it hits the ground. Think right there, perfectly set, perfectly bounced, perfectly struck. And Guatemala would continue their dominance. 71st minute, the ball will get served in. We see the cross coming in, and it would be Dwight Pizzarossi just putting enough on it, nudging the ball past the goalkeeper, and he would make it 3-0 for Guatemala. See the replay right there, just getting enough, probably a cleat on it, and it was enough for the win. Guatemala running away with Group E, and in Group F, well, Haiti and Antigua still going down to the wire. So that's pretty much it for our recap. We'll be back during next FIFA break to see who ends up joining the big powerhouses of Concacaf in the next round of World Cup qualifying. See you then.
Integrated Sports and Traffic Sports USA present Concacaf World Cup qualifying action. Grenada hosts Guatemala live on Tuesday, November 15th on pay-per-view. This is a critical game on the road to Brazil 2014. Don't miss Grenada against Guatemala, Tuesday, November 15th, live on pay-per-view. To order this Concacaf World Cup qualifier, contact your pay-per-view provider.